balls.
You broke my camera. Okay, we took a picture of his balls, so now we got the video going. Here.
You're filming this time.
Oh shit.
Okay, show him what he just said that he wants to do.
All right, what do you want to do?
I have to interpret this to English.
Okay, so basically we're gonna keep.
Stock, hot rod, stroker, foul.
We're not doing stalkers.
Live a week.
Stalker,
Live a
stroker.
week reliability and.
A little bit of power once we're out.
Yeah, I got confused after that.
So basically, we're gonna rebuild the flywheel
Let's show what the bike
crank.
is so they know what the quality of the merchandise we're working on is.
This is the
Well, I don't know. It's
party
store
boot.
bought from.
You take a good shot of the front brake there so we know it's going to stop.
Yeah, this is a brake that's he's gonna run.
Aramaki front end, 1975.
And this is
That bitch and back brake there too.
yeah.
Fuck yeah! Look at that.
Hey.
Sorry.
Alright, so we know we got tons of brakes, so stopping's not a problem.
Stopping will not be a problem at all.
Handling's great. Look at the handlebars.
Handling's great.
Handling's perfect.
Straight.
So we got that handled. We got that nice slick front tire for traction to corners.
There we go.
So we're good on the corners.
So we're gonna be able to go
So
off-road.
I see absolutely no problem with putting a big hot rod motor this way. No problem at all. So you want 96 inch?
104.
You get 104 from Ironhead.
It's because you're not trying.
96 is 4 up there. I like to try that.
Well, let's throw that in here.
So what do you want? What do you want to do?
I want to get the crank in as soon as possible so
He
that
didn't
we
care
can.
about getting off the line, but he wanted a little extra power for going down the street.
Yeah.
Pretty much a stock motor would do that because you didn't have shit to begin with. Now, we had that one step of whip from where it was like you had it to what I gave you last time.
Yeah, where we
Now, how much more above that do you want to go?
when we ported and redid the valves and bore it out. I want to give it a little bit more. Nothing. I don't want to be like.
You don't want to double that then?
No, I don't think we need to at this
That
point
brings
because.
a stroker option. Okay.
So if we did a stroker, it would double it.
Pretty much.
What would you have to do for that?
More parts. That's what it takes.
Well, what we could do, what can we do right now to match what we did with porting the heads?
I don't
And
know what
the-
I did to the head, so I'll have to figure that out later.
Well, we did
I
the.
think right now just build it up correctly and put some cams in it, be happy.
Well, then let's do that then.
And I don't know what I did in the head for porting or all the other crap, so I'll take a bike apart, look at them and see what.
Well, I ported them out as well.
So I know they've done right.
Of course, flawless victory. So why don't we throw some cams in there? Because I know mine are pretty shot already.
Yeah. Matches everything else.
Exactly. So.
Okay, so now we know what we're gonna do to it.
And now let's do it.
We're gonna hop it up, do a little porting, put some cams in it, put the thing together, make it run. And you want to live more than a week, you said?
Yes. Because that was the lifespan
What
last
about
time.
2 weeks? Can we go in 2 weeks?
Let's go for like at least a couple runs.
A couple of weeks?
Yeah.
A couple of runs on a week. So that's our option. You want to go down the track more than once, or down, at least down the side street.
Yeah.
Valley.
Want to get a wheelie in.
I don't know if that tire's got enough traction to get a wheelie.
Let's see.
It might surprise us.
It might. Depends on how quick I am on the clutch.
That just makes it spin more.
Yeah, true. True.
All right.
All right.
Let's go check.
Okay, so we're going through the cams right now, deciding which ones are
Right.
proper.
We got reground, unknown. We have H, Sifton. We have HH, Sifton. And then we have X, Andrews. And these are all the used cams. They're just kind of laying around, not doing anything. And the other stuff I got's even hotter than this, so we don't want that. So, I'm not sure what an H or an HH is. So unless we come up with some kind of a number, because I don't have my Sifton catalog right in front of me from 100 years ago. We're going to have to figure this out. Here's what a minus used to be. Now, if we take this and figure out what the actual lift of the cam is, we might be able to identify what an H is. So, you take it, you zero out your caliper, you go like that and you measure it, and we got 276 thousandths of lift. So then we take 276 thousandths of lift, and we times that by the rocker ratio, which is 1.42 on an Ironhead, and we come up with 392 thousandths. So I'm guessing 390 thou is probably pretty close to that number. What do you think?
I think it's pretty close.
Okay, so that might be a 201 cam. So now we got to figure out how much duration that has. A very narrow lobe center, which is normal. This is probably the degree of overlap. Yep. So it has a 65 degrees of overlap instead of 58 like the higher lift cam has. So that means it's probably a pretty big ass cam. So now we take that number here, we take these 33, which is our open and closing, and then we add 180 to it to go one turn. 267 degrees. See, I told you it was going to be a big cam.
Big cams. They open up the valves more and make it go faster.
That's right. So that's 267 degrees on that load. Now, if we're lucky, those numbers right there will match these numbers right here. And if you notice, they don't.
That one's a 5320.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm going to take this number here, 61 plus 32 plus 180. 273. It's even bigger. That's more like it. See, that's a nice cam. I like that.
Man, this is going to be fast.
Might be a little bit much for you, though. Okay, now. We're on the wrong set. Anyway, we're on that set. Okay, here's a 33 by what, 50?
Yeah, 3350.
54. See, none of these numbers match up as usual.
That's a 42, 3350.
This one has 4 numbers on it.
This one does too.
So I don't know what that means. Pick the ones you like.
50, 12, 71, and 33.
I think that's a production date, 12 of 71.
That would make sense.
That makes these old.
Yeah.
This one's made of 11 of 71.
So this one's a little older.
Yeah, it's vintage. What's this one over here?
That one's 1271.
12, and that's a 12. So
This
these
is
are
12.
genuine 1971 cams for a genuine 1974 motor. Going into a genuine 1972 bike.
Yep.
So it all works.
I think it all works.
And they says they're pretty hot. They look kind of limpy to me. I don't know why I don't believe those numbers. Now, if we go with the numbers that are written on it, which is a 4220, which doesn't sound like much at all. 242 degrees of duration. That's like almost stock PCAM numbers. So I'm thinking these aren't as hot as we were hoping they were going to be. So these sound like they're nice and mild for more of a stock application, which is probably close to what you need anyway. Now the HH 30 by 50, these are made in 73. So these are newer.
These are newer and they're more.
Much newer. 33 plus 50 plus 180. See, that's a lot better cam. It's 263.
That's what you were liking over there.
Well, they have this, it's probably this 202 grind because the other one says 257.
Yeah.
5225?
That's a 50.
5320.
This is a
3050. It's
Yeah.
close. See, none of these numbers match. 5225. There's a 3355.
no. There's a 53, 5320s. Yeah, 50, and then there's a 3050.
There's a 3350, but not a 5320. So I don't know. What you look at the shape of the lobe. And this one looks more aggressive.
Yeah. Here. You can see the difference there with this one's fat. This one's more rounded off.
Let's see what kind of lift we get with this one.
So you zero it out.
306. That's higher lift. 306 times 1.42, which is a rocker. 435. You got a 436 right here. There's a 5033. So I think that sets this set here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna guess that's this set. That set, I don't know what they are. They don't have a listing for those. I remember one the grinds used to call Hustler.
Mm.
I don't have the H or HH. Alright, so these are more mild-mannered. These are going to be more aggressive.
And then those are going to be
These are
intense.
Not full race, but they're full street.
Full street?
Yeah, these come on at about 4,500 RPM.
Okay.
Maybe 4,000. I don't think they're really hot. I think these are more like 4,000 RPM and up cams.
Okay, so roughly what?
So they're a little bit mild for me, but they'd be pretty good for you.
Okay.
Pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
So they'd probably be more than you want, because that'd be a little dangerous at 4,000 plus RPM on the freeway. And then it comes on.
Yeah.
It runs right up to about 8.
Fuck. So I'd be moving at that point.
75. Yeah, that'd be pretty nasty.
So why don't we just split the difference and go for these bad boys right in the middle?
Here's the X cam right here. It's 270 duration. And it's 450, it says left. Well, let's see how accurate their 450 is. It's definitely not a lot of lift, 292. I get 420.
Blaze it.
I think they're lying about their numbers. What are they claiming? 450?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't seeing it. Unless we're going to use more rocker ratio.
So what's a rocker ratio?
That's what your rocker arm gives you for going up and down.
For the travel of the rocker?
Yeah. Oh, damn, I forgot the number. 292. No. Yep, 292. Try 1.43. Let's try that. See, even that doesn't do it. The rocker arm ain't that high because on an Ironhead it's 142 to 143 is the rocker ratio. 4.2 is Ironhead, 4.3 is Shovelhead, as I recall.
Okay.
So they're claiming a lot more lift than what I'm seeing here. So I ain't going for it.
So what do you think? Thinking these guys right here probably be the best suited for what I'm going to be doing?
These are run better in stock.
Mm-hmm.
But not real extreme, so they're probably equivalent to like an Andrews Y cam, like an R cam. These here are quite a bit hotter, so these are gonna be more like an Andrews Y cam probably. See, Y cam's 262 duration on both loads, and that's about what these are coming in at.
Okay.
They're claiming 310 left on a Y cam, and this was higher lift. These actually had more lift than these, because these were 305 below, weren't they? Yeah. These are higher lift than these by quite a bit. These are 15 thou higher, which means rocker arm, you're going to be about 25 thou more lift than this set.
Okay.
But lift doesn't always tell you how they run.
Yeah.
So this we have to do some head clearance to make them fit in there. It's high lift.
All right.
So we're going to have to make sure things are cleared. These are lower lift, even though they claim they're higher. They're not.
So those might actually end up being better then.
But these are going to be a lot more RPM. So if you want to get a street race motor, you put these in there. If you want to have something more conservative, you put these in there. If you want something more stock-like, you put these. If you go into video and watch that the 60 XL CH dirt tracker, we have these in there.
The dirt tracker, huh?
And that thing comes on real strong above 90.
Above 90?
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we go for something a little bit more modest then? I don't need to be flying.
You don't want to be doing 90 to 120?
Do I need to be doing that?
I don't know. That's up to you. I don't think you need more than this, the way you can probably ride, but
Yeah.
if you want to put some high lift cams in there and more power, we can put those in there. It's up to you.
Where would these start kicking in at?
I don't think they're going to be very big, so they're going to be pulling down near 2,500 and up.
Okay, so like what, 50, 60 miles an hour?
Is on gearing.
Okay. Well, it's stock gearing.
Yeah, somewhere in that area. 50. Okay, we've been going over all these cams, figuring out what we're going to do. This one here is kind of a weird set. It's got a lot of intake duration and a very mild exhaust and low lift. It actually has more duration and TD lift than this set here, which has the higher lift. And then this set's lower lift, but a lot more duration. And this one here I think has more duration. It definitely has more lift than these other three. So right now I think we're going to probably go with this set here, because at least they're balanced. This side here, we got real mild exhaust and big ass intakes and no lift. So we'll see what the heads will take. If the heads will take higher lift, I'm going to go with this set. If the heads won't take any lift, we'll probably have to drop back to this set. But that's where we're at for now. These ones are going to be too hot, and these ones here are really unknown, so I don't think I want to risk that yet, but maybe. We'll see. But they have even higher lift yet. But we are going to have to put valve springs in it and see what the ports look like. So that's where we're at now.